Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's June 26, 2024. The winds have calmed down quite a bit. We've had windstorms like crazy here lately, and we're in a high wind zone. But I thought I'd try and give you a garden update anyways, even though the audio may not be great. So I apologize for the audio ahead of time. But this is calm right now compared to how it's been. So we're starting over here in the western garden plot. Blueberry plants are looking pretty darn good. We got some blueberries that are looking fairly ripe at this point. The birds have been in here. They're beating us to it. Deer fly. You can see some of the blueberries are looking good. I haven't gotten the rest. I haven't got this mulched yet. I've been working on other projects on the property. I'll just show you some of the blueberries. Really nice. Honeyberries, some of the other ones that have the berries on them now as well, so we have several different cultivars. They're doing pretty well. But the catbirds, I gotta say, catbirds, there's so many of the different bird species. The robins are in here eating the blueberries right now, but the catbirds are so good at getting those honeyberries so quickly and all. So hopefully in the next week I'll get more of the mulching done over here. And I've been working on other projects, so the weeds that come up between the two weed mats there start lots of purslane, some grasses, but they're easy to pull out. The paper mulch seems to be holding up, so there's a deer hoof print right there. So the deer got in and did a fair amount of damage. They've been pruning the blueberry plants and eating the blueberries, but I did put up another gate system here. It's not the final system, but I did put that up because the deer have been coming in here and going through all of these. So these are the thornless blackberry plants here. Some of the berries are starting to develop on them now. So this is a Chester. Thornless triple crown, and this is a triple crown over here. So the deer have eaten these back quite a bit. A real pain. So because we're in a high wind zone, we get lots of weed seeds that come in here. And Thea did get some of the weeds taken care of that started, but some of them, well, it's hard to stay on top of them even with the mulching system. So this is our western garden plot. Blackberries are coming in. The deer have enjoyed them more than we've had the opportunity. Blueberries are coming in now. They're looking good so far. Pretty happy with it. Deer came in and ate most of the hostas down quite a bit, but they're doing well over here as well. Lupine are going to seed here. That's looking pretty good. And not too bad. And let's go ahead and go look at the central garden plot and see how things are looking over there. So lots of work going on different parts of the property. I've got a big project that I'll probably be doing down by the canal system that I put in previously that's going to turn into a pond. We'll cover that in another video. I pulled a lot of trees yesterday. Some from the food forest, some that had brown rot, persistently infected with brown rot, which affects a lot of the stone fruit species here. And I pulled out a few trees around the pond as well because I got a lot of work to do over here in pond 5. So this one, a part of the wall came down, and I've got to make an entrance, easy entrance. The design system that I put in isn't the best, but I'll go over that in another video. So here we are. You can see the comfrey, it's still viable, the amount that laid down on top of the weed mat here. And you can see this is the second growth of the comfrey now. So, and this is Bach 14. It doesn't propagate by seed, but that's a great companion plant. That's one of my favorite companion plants here. You see our garlic, and even though I tried, I did not get all of the garlic scapes. So there still are some. Not worth trying to even consider eating now, unless you're going to make some vegetable broth. So let's look at the garlic now. Geez, here's another garlic scape right here at the end. So this is getting pretty close. Our first leaf down here is browned. Our second leaf is turned brown. So our third and fourth, once we get up to here, you know, I usually try to harvest them around the third, and so the third leaf starting to go brown. Each one of the leaves represent a wrap to keep the garlic more disease resistant and more viable during the storage phases. Granted that you need to cure them appropriately. So if you're not, like, sometimes we just make garlic powder and do all our freezing with the garlic as well, or a lot of it we end up storing in the root cellar. So you know, it really depends on what your plans are with the garlic, how soon you want to harvest it, because the longer that it waits, once the garlic scapes are off, the bigger the bulb is going to end up being and all. So these are getting real close to the point where we're going to harvest them. You can always go down and dig down and see how the bulbs are looking. So that's an okay sized bulb there. Hopefully this is showing up. Put the mulch back around it. And then the garlic, the shallots. So these are the Dutch red shallots. So we harvested the shallot scapes. There's a weed there. And you can see the shallots are starting to develop into nice size shallots here. So really nice, good ones, and we love the shallots. Again, they're similar to the garlic as far as when to harvest them, the same curing system, but their storing's different. They do best in your refrigerator crisper, higher moisture, cooler temperatures. They do pretty well. These don't want the moisture, the garlic don't, but we've gone over that in other videos and all. So they're doing pretty darn well. Our Norway spruce are all looking pretty darn good at this point. They've been doing some nice growth. You can see lots of purslane. The purslane's really good. I actually love eating the purslane, but this is a bit much here. The corn, so this is our sweet corn. We put in some corn this year. Got to pull these weed mats back further as well. And last time I didn't show, so we've been harvesting the kale. So this is curly kale down here. We're going to probably give it a week before harvesting any more leaves. And these are our determinate variety of San Marzano tomato plants. So these are, they've developed both determinate and indeterminate varieties. And we used to grow full rows down here with all of them, but we don't consume that much anymore. And then we have our golden delicious winter squash. This will be our first season growing this. Thank you, Michael, for sending us the seeds. Really appreciate them. So they're looking pretty good. Nice and healthy looking. Not too bad. Okay, so that's our central garden. Pretty happy. I've done almost nothing in the gardens this season. We've been real busy just looking at the water time and putting my eyes. So when you're gardening, one of the most important things that you should do is do walks through the gardens every day. Look for any pests. Look the plants over, see if there's any signs of nutritional deficiencies. Is there any damage from predators getting in there? Seeing, do you have the beneficial insects? Monitor your gardens to see, do you have the beneficial insectivores coming in and helping out as well? So that's kind of important. And this is our bean tunnel. The scarlet red runner bean. I still don't see. Oh, now I'm just starting to see you. No, I'm wondering if we're going to have a bust year this year with our scarlet red runner beans. This trellis here is so nice, and I love it so much with the scarlet red runner beans, but I don't see anything starting to germinate yet. Now we're back over here, so another sets of the blueberries. Looking pretty good. They're not quite there yet. Actually, real close. So we have 2 rows of the blueberry plants. These are our transplants we put in this season. Here's one of the rows of the heritage red raspberry plants. They're looking good. The other row looking good as well. Some more of the blueberry plants here. Doing pretty nicely. Pretty happy for the transplants this year. And we have a couple of volunteer russet potatoes down in here. Some more of the honeyberries or hascaps. Trying to get the camera to go in the right direction here. And with our high winds, it's so tough without the plants being protected extremely. So this is bee balm in here. One of the ladies who came to the nursery here and picked up some plants brought us back some bee balm, so we put them in here. Sweet potato patch. So I won't go over it now, but we have a whole playlist on all the different techniques we've been using for growing our sweet potatoes. This system is my favorite system, so in the fall we'll just go ahead and dig up, not just harvest the potatoes themselves, but we'll harvest the roots and a couple inches of vine, grow those over the winter time, and then just use them to replant. So these are a few years old now, and they work extremely well. Our sweet potatoes, and we do love sweet potatoes. Okay, our handicap beds. Well, we're growing some weeds in here. And geez, we got a butterfly milkweed here. I know we had planted some before. I really do love this species. This is just such a gorgeous plant. And these are our strawberries in here, the ones that the deer left us. And we got a couple of rosemary little seedlings here, but we were working on the honeyberries. A few of the branches broke off. They stuck them in here to see will they take off. We'll see. And on this side, more of the strawberries and the handicap beds over here. And then we'll look at some of our volunteer asters here. So these are some of our peach trees that are growing from seeds. And again, these are looking pretty good. This will be the first year that the deer aren't coming in and eating the tops of them off. Oh, come on, camera. Bear with me a second here. Black locust seedlings here. The honeyberries, I've got to go ahead and mulch these areas down and all. They came through and weeded them some. But these are the hascaps that we're going to go ahead and propagate, grow more from. These couple of beds here. Well, this one actually, what does this one have? This one has some peach seeds in this one too, supposedly. This hasn't been planted. Thea weeded both of these beds the other day. Really nice. Here we got apples. So these are volunteer apples and a white oak right there. Some more apples. These are the Asian pears. Start up here, and these are our hazelnuts. We can grow hazelnuts like crazy here. So far, they are looking really good, and so maybe this fall we'll sell some bare root hazelnuts as well. Oh, and I forgot to walk over here, so we'll just look at it from the side. The lavender, the sage, and the thyme, and oregano over in there now. And I got to do some of the weeding around the outside here before the weed seeds get into everything. There's always lots to do. The more stuff you have, the more things there are to do. It's not all games and fun. So let's go up front and take a look at the other garden, the front garden. Then I almost spend no time with Thea. Takes care of this garden up here. She's done a great job. It's looking very good. Let me see if I can figure out the system that we got here. We ended up putting this gate up because the deer keep coming through and going into the garden. So that dissuades them some. The blushing star peach here, I'll have to thin this soon. Come in here and do some thinning here. But this one's doing pretty well so far. Pretty nice looking peach. And the Harbor Freight little greenhouse. And up front here, Thea's front garden. So the oregano is bolting here in this area here. Of course, all the irises, and we have our thyme over here. These herbs, you know, if you can grow sage, thyme, oregano, any of these aromatic herbs, they really help to control pests in other places in your food forest as well. So they're really, really handy. So if you can grow them in one location, they can keep them under control, and you keep the weeds from competing with them. Then you can harvest the seeds from them, or do cuttings or divisions. You can put these in other places that can help with problems like the grapevines that I talked about in a recent video. So more irises. The sedum really is doing great down here. Beautiful hostas, fiddlehead ferns, more hostas. The deer have come back over here and started eating some of the hostas down. The Japanese maples, more hostas. The deer did come through and knock out a lot of our tulip and hyacinths in here. Another sedum growing there. The columbine right there. Oh gosh, I can't think of the name of that right now. Beautiful, beautiful specimen. Sorry. Four Japanese maples. Another sedum, different sedum varieties here. So it isn't all about food and production and all. Some of it's about having some beauty around you as well. So that's it with today's garden update. Just wanted to walk through and give you an update. Sorry about the wind. It's just been, our winds here have been over the top. Lots of trees down in the forest. So I've been dealing with that as well. And I'll try to give you an update on what didn't work out so well is the cover crop up in the third food forest. And I'll go over that in a video coming soon. And I'll go over the tree puller and the tree grabber again as well. So those are the things I'm thinking about right now. I hope you folks stay safe, take good care of yourselves, give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and say hi to your gardens. Bye-bye now.